Good morning, and thank you for letting me share my faith story this morning. So when I was younger, I knew I loved God. I knew I loved going to church, even though I went by myself. I knew I would wear plaid and tweed for 12 years as I went through Catholic school. I knew I was third generation Irish Catholic. I knew that I loved my little town in New Jersey that was 2 blocks wide and 3 miles long. I knew that I was related to the Kennedys because the only pictures in my grandmother's house was Jesus and John Kennedy and Bobby Kennedy. I had to be related. I knew all this until I didn't know. I didn't know that the dysfunction in our family had a name, and it was called alcoholism. I didn't know alcoholism would rob me of my trust in myself, in others, and more importantly, with God. I didn't know I wouldn't go back to church. I didn't know that when that trust was gone, that I would make some bad decisions. I would have dark years. I didn't know that I would be a single parent at 22. I didn't know without any formal education how we were going to survive. But I did know that God was listening to me, even though my prayers were laments of why me, why me? I knew that God was sending good people to me because they were trying to get me in a good direction through therapy and books on alcoholism and being a child of an alcoholic. I didn't know that my husband and the perfect timing of God would lead me back through the doors of church. And then I knew once again that I was restored, I was made whole. My heart was full. I was empowered by the Holy Spirit. I knew that I was loved by God, by the people of God. I knew that I could now end the dysfunction of our family, the chain of dysfunction in our family. I knew I was part of God's family because I was part of a church family. I now know I'm part of another church family, and it's here at St. Peter's. And I know that because of the love and kindness and friendship that I've felt over the last couple of years. I know that because of the strong leadership by Pastor Paul with the staff and his family. I know that because of the way you serve people through your Mission 25 vision. I love working with the Garden Church. I love working with the Laundry of Love. I look forward to the planning meetings for First Mondays. I'm part of this women's team. And I love getting together with them and working on ideas to bring women together, to nurture each other, to connect, and build stronger relationships. I love coming to worship every Sunday and praising God through the amazing music led by McCain. I want to dance in the aisles, but I don't want to scare anyone. Thank you so much. I know that the youth in this church are amazing and off the charts. And I know that because I listened to their testimonies during Youth Sunday. Their openness, their honesty about their struggles, their articulation on how they rely on God and this church and their love for this church and their love and trust in God has blown me away many times. But my favorite part of being part of this church family for the last few years is the gift that I get to teach Sunday school. And every week, I call my daughter Chloe, who lives on the East Coast, and I tell her about how much fun I had and how much I love doing this. And the children get it. The seeds are planted, they love God, they know God, they're kind and thoughtful, engaging, and you know what? They are so smart. And they challenge me every week. And I get to learn to be a better teacher with teachers like Miss Joni and Miss Susan, and under the leadership of the amazing Miss Anna, who does everything. I am so grateful to her for everything I've learned for the last 2 years being here. So I would say that we all need to invite everyone to this church, Because you never know who is peeking through those stained glass windows and too afraid to come through the doors, but they know they need to be restored once more. Thank you.